All right, shalom, everybody. We have El Yusuf on the line. El Yusuf, you there?
I'm here,
All right, shalom.
Shalawama.
All right, Yusuf said he wanted to discuss a few things that he's been planning, and we are all ears. Talk to us.
Okay, thanks a lot, Ak. I wanted to let the people know that We Got Next is rebranding to Zion's Law School, and the new website with all of its features and upgrades are going to be posted, and a lot of the glitches that we experienced when we first launched the school last year, a lot of those problems we've solved. We've got a new board, and everything is more structured. So I want to discuss that a little bit, and then also most people are familiar with 911, Ibaryath Rescue, Ancient Phoenician Paleo Hebrew, the Purple Book. I wanted to let the people know that we have that book now in flashcard form. So the title of the flashcard product is Iber Cards, and it has almost all of the information that's in the 911 minus the vocabulary words and minus the ancient script. So you'll find in that all the information, including the ancient and paleo script, but the late script we did not put in the Iber cards and the vocabulary words. So we had a lot of requests for flashcards, and so we finally got that product available, and it's going to hit the market within about 60 to 90 days, but it's available now if you go on We Got Next for pre-order. So if you want the flashcards, you can pre-order now, and you can get them, and we can get some type of promotion to encourage pre-orders. If you guys will give us some feedback in the comments, I don't recall the price right now for it, but it's a high-end product. The cards are very durable and flexible. They should last for years and years to come. So it's printed on plastic, so they're not going to tear up. You can bend them and everything like that, and they're not going to be destroyed. So it's a very high-quality, high-end product with all the content. Like I said, minus the late script and minus the 707 vocabulary words you find in the 911. But the 911 is still available on We Got Next for those people who want to order it and purchase it. And we'll be offering through Zion's Law School mini lexicon with all the information that's in the 911, plus information that you're going to find in a new dictionary that we're publishing. It's a dictionary of 300 to 350 Phoenician Hebrew root words. So in order to read the entire Hebrew scripture in Hebrew, you would need to know about 700 root words. So we're going to give you 350 in this dictionary, and in addition to the 350 root words that you got to get in the dictionary, we also give you what's called a gloss meaning, which is a 1 to 3 word meaning of the root word. In addition to that gloss meaning, I give you commentary on what that word means. So you get the meaning, you get commentary, and then in addition to the commentary of what that root word means, what we also give you is the family, the root word family that individual root word falls in. So for example, you can have the Davis family, the Williams family, you can have the Johnson family. So in each of those families, there's an individual family members. So it's the same with root words. Root words are grouped into families. So we'll give you a list of, in this edition, we'll give you 4 to 6, maybe 7 sometimes, list of additional root words that are in that family. So now this is on top of the 350. So now that you have that listing of family root words, what we do is we give you the general meaning of all the roots in that family. Okay? So now you can compare and see how the root words in the language relate to each other. In addition to the family, what we do is give you I call it a type 1 derivative. Every root word, or many root words, most, there are other root words that are developed from it. There are two types. The first type is developed from a specific grammar root. So I give you that root word. It's a type 1 variant. Sometimes there's 3, 4, 5. It just depends on the root how many are created from it. From that type 1 variant, there's a type 2 variant, or other root words that's created from the type 1. And then I list those. So it's not a complete list, but I'll give you 3 or 4 or so in this dictionary. So you get all of that. You get the 350 root words. You get the 4 to 6 or 7 roots that are in its family. And then you get the type 1 and type 2 root words that are developed from it. So you get a whole lot of root words. And with this dictionary, you'll be able to read half to more than half of the Hebrew scripture. Of course, you would need to learn the grammar rules so that you can understand how the words are put together. And for that, we offer Hebrew classes through Zion's Law School. We're offering the Hebrew classes so that you'll learn word structure, you'll learn sentence structure so that you can read, you'll learn parts of speech, everything that you need to know, be able to read. Now, a lot of us have been out of school for a long time. So what we're doing in Zion's Law School is giving English courses. So we'll have a course on nouns, a course on verbs, pronouns, adjectives, everything you need to know about parts of speech, sentence structure, capitalization, commas, the whole 9 yards. You'll be able to take these short classes, which are generally between 2, 4, and 6 hours. So typically you can take an entire class either on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Some of the classes that are more complex take longer, like verbs. That might be a 2-weekend class. But we've structured it in such a way where you can take the class and it's very impactful. You'll learn a whole lot, and then the class will be over. It's not a long, drawn-out thing. So those are some of the things that we've changed. And in terms of our prices, all the prices are listed on the website. So you can see the prices for the Hebrew class. There are a lot of Hebrew classes, and all the prices are very, very reasonable, and they're short. They're a weekend to 2-weekend type of class. So we're not, the 8-week free course has been changed. And I don't know the details of that, but when the website is up, which we expect it to be up, the anticipated live date is the 1st or 2nd week of July. But all the prices for everything on the website are going to be posted. We'll have a list of all of our Hebrew classes, all of our English classes, and then for the free class that we currently offer, to replace that, we still have some classes that are free, but you have to pay for the class in advance in order to get the free portion of the class. But that's not my area. I now have a team who I'm working with, and they have specific departments and areas that they're responsible for, and so I'm not involved in those things anymore. But also, we have a children's flashcard product that we're going to release in about 60 to 90 days also. So it'll be printed on durable paper. It's in the not paper, but plastic or paper. I haven't decided yet, but it'll be durable. It'll be very colorful, and it'll be for children of all ages who can sit down with their parent or by themselves and learn
That sounds great, man. Is there more?
Yeah, it's phenomenal. There's more. Wait, there's more. It's really phenomenal. One of the things that I realized in teaching the class is that because there's such a huge need for our people to either learn or have an English review session, one of the things that we put together, and I'm really excited about this, it's called a Teach English as a Foreign Language Certificate. We're going to offer this certificate through Zion's Law School. So this is what it does for you. You can become an English teacher. You don't need a college degree to do this. You go through our program. We'll teach you how to become an English teacher and how to teach English, how to manage the class, how to make your curriculum, your syllabus, the whole 9 yards. We teach you all of that. Then we'll give you a certificate. Now, with your certificate, you are now qualified to either teach English online in a foreign country. So, for example, in China, in Korea, Vietnam, South America, European countries, right, where you can get the euro if you want the euro. You can actually teach English for a school district. You'll be an English teacher, teaching English to people of all ages, from children to adults. If you're going to teach for a private company or for a corporation, there's a huge demand for this. It's called the TEFL certification, and we offer it through Zion's Law School. So all of our brothers and sisters who may not be able to find a job right now in this country, or who may want to go overseas and live, or who may just want to travel. You know, maybe you want to go from country to country and travel around, and you don't know how you're going to pay for it. Okay? So this will allow you to earn between $15 and $24, $25 an hour teaching English online, or to physically go to another country and work in the school district, even though you don't have a college degree. So this is really phenomenal, and our people have not been exposed to this. They haven't been able to take advantage of it, but there are a lot of other people who've been doing this, and they've been doing it for years. And there's a strong demand for this in countries all over the world. So I'm really excited about that because it gives us a way to not only teach our people our language, but then also to help them find a good paying job online, to stay at home with their children. So you can teach your children at home, right? If you want to be a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad, you don't want your children in the school because of the vaccines or because of what they're teaching in the school. For whatever reason, if you want to stay home, this would be a perfect way to do it. You can stay home. You can make $15 to $25 an hour teaching English online and teach your children at home. Or you can leave the country. You know, some of our brothers and sisters, they believe in the Free Babylon doctrine. You know, they may be looking for a way to get out of the U.S., but they don't know how because they need work. This certification would allow you to be able to go overseas, find a job, make good money. So I'm very, very excited about that. And those jobs are all over the world: Europe, Asia, so China, Hong Kong, Taiwan.
Right here in the Americas with all these different ethnicities. Come on, I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. And there's more, right?
Yeah, but I'm so excited, Lex, about this dictionary, because this dictionary is where we need to start. Oh, I forgot to mention, in the dictionary, not only do I give you the Phoenician Script, okay, but it's also the pronunciation. We show it's called a transliteration. We show you how to pronounce each root. We show you how to pronounce it. So now you can look at the pictograph, and then you can read in English how that pictograph or how that root word is pronounced. So there's no more mystery in it.
Yeah.
This is gonna
That cuts out a book, huh?
Yeah, so I'm excited about it. We're going to put some grammar rules in it. It's really nice. I expect to have this completed within about 60 to 90 days.
No, that's good. I mean, that design cuts out a book. You know, as a researcher, that makes one less book you have to be able to understand what's being said. It's like two books in one, you know.
Yeah, that's right. And it gives you, it shows you the relationship of the root word. Right? So it's not just one root word standalone.
Right.
And you don't know how it relates to others, but it shows you the relationship that it has to those in its family and those that are made from it. So, I mean, it's phenomenal. Just all praises to the Most High for allowing me to put this together. And it's really exciting because this is where we really start as a nation speaking. You know, the whole conversational Phoenician Hebrew is going to start with this dictionary. So now we can, like, with the 911 and that free class, we started learning the pictographs, or which some people call the alphabet. We learned grammar rules. Now, what we didn't have are root words. So root words, you need to know the root word in order to be able to speak. So this is going to give us our vocabulary. And then also, I forgot to mention, we're offering conversational Hebrew courses too through Zion's Law School. So we're going to actually start teaching how to hold a conversation.
Now that is kind of really cool. I mean, you know, look, from my perspective, I've been pretty ignorant to the world and how the world works. When I look at this is great, man, because this is like, there's many ways to look at this, and as you look at this as a blossom, you know, look at what you're doing. You know, I think it's great. You know, you're dealing with a name change. You know, a book alone, write and publish is an order given to us in the scripture. You know, to sit here and say, hey, you know, we're not going to do this unless we have flashcards for adults. And hey, I've made some flashcards for adults. You know, and not to leave out the adults, we made something. Excuse me, I'm saying from what you're saying. I'm not saying, you know, hey, you know, I'm in this too or anything like that. I'm excited for you, because again, the growth and the blossoming of this, because the potential that comes from people utilizing this is wonderful. I've been in these scriptures reading these different names, from these different bloodlines, and if I'm sitting there encouraging, hey, these are the names you should be naming your children. These are the names we should be naming our children. Well, I mean, we should be aiming to get back to the language. And this is what was supported with your book in the first place. And like you've already stated, even though those classes aren't going on right now, something is going to be replacing it, and the books are still available. So, you know, again, a blossoming, you know, it's wonderful. So you said,
yeah,
you have the English teaching classes coming up. The TELF courses. Is that right?
Yeah, teach English as a foreign language.
Okay, so
that's correct.
If people want to look that up, they can do it. The Teach English as a Foreign Language, the FL, TEFL. And you're offering that, you know, because again, people argue that we don't have so many opportunities, and there's nothing but foreigners pouring in constantly. My whole neighborhood really looks like, you know, yeah, it looks like a Hollywood movie where they're gonna film in Chinatown, you know. And I'm not trying to, insult anybody. This used to be an all black neighborhood. Everybody used to look like me. Where'd those people go? I don't really know.
That's right.
So,
They, they price the rent more than what we can pay for it, then we have to go. But this is going to give our people who take advantage of it. It's going to give them the opportunity to get a good job. And not only a good job, but you can stay at home with your children, right, or with your husband, your wife, and work online. Or you could physically leave the country and get a job working in Korea, where they pay your rent, they pay your flight. You can go to the Middle East. They also pay your rent. I'm talking about the school. They pay your rent. They pay the airfare. So a lot of these countries, they make it so sweet that it's just a shame that our people haven't known about this and been able to take advantage of it. So, but now it's available. We're offering. It's called the TEFL. It's called the TEFL. Teach English as a Foreign Language Certificate. So now we're offering it, and I'm really, really excited about it.
Can you do me a favor? Tell me a little bit about the website that you have coming up.
Well, the website, Zion's Law School, it's the web address. It's not up yet. It'll be live. I think the first or second week of July. It'll be live. It's ZionLawSchool.org. ZionLawSchool.org. When you go there, you'll see everything that we offer. We also have a Facebook component. So if you want to do everything that you do on Facebook, but if you want to do it with your brothers in a Hebraic community, you can do that. Everything is there. It's a really, really beautiful website. We have our classes listed. We have all the Hebrew classes listed. We also have some classes on our Facebook page now. The Facebook page is Zion Law School. It's Zion Law School. And you'll see our logo, our new seal, our new logo. You'll see the Facebook, you'll see a background picture that has some information about what the school is all about. We also have an Instagram page, and all of these are going to be linked up to the website. So you'll be able to enroll online. So before we didn't do that. We didn't have the means to do it on our old website. But now you'll be able to go to the website, look at the courses that you want to take, and then select the courses that you want to enroll in. You can do it all online. So it's all automated now online.
That's great. I
Everything.
can't wait to see it, to be able to see it. So, like you said,
really,
second week.
Go ahead, brother.
No, I just said, like you said, second week. Okay, so why don't you tell us a little bit about the Zion Law School? Because, like you stated, you're not working alone now; you're working with others.
Yes, we have a board. We have someone who's responsible for customer service, someone who's responsible for marketing. So for every area, we have someone who's responsible for it. We also have processes in place. Whereas before, it was a one-man show, and I was trying to do everything by myself. And I mean, you know how that goes when you try to do everything by yourself. But right now, we have people and processes in place to make everything smooth. So there's no hiccups, no forgetting, and anything like that. So it's all automated, and we have people who are responsible. So it's really excellent. It's truly from the Most High what we're doing now, and the people who are working with me, I'm sure the Most High brought them to me, or brought us together, I guess I should say, because everyone who's there has a skill that was required to do what we're doing now.
Great. See,
Yeah. And so we also have, for our English program, we have someone on board who's an experienced teacher. She has a master's degree in teaching English. Our web design team, they also have the formal education for web design. So we have everything that we needed. The Most High put this team together, and we've been able to do an incredible amount of work in a short period of time. And we're going to present it to our people through Diana Law School.
Awesome. Okay, so.
Did I mention the grammar book? The English grammar book?
Yeah, you did.
I mentioned that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the beginning, when you kind of had a nice pitch going. Yeah. Bringing that up, there's nothing wrong with having a good pitch, man. You know, when you have a product or anything else, you need to sell it. You know, the artist that creates things always gets taken advantage of because he never knows the value of his own goods. So, with that being said, a lot of people might sound like, again, you came off with a pitch. So let me throw you a curveball.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you have not decided on the children's flashcards yet because this is going to be a lot of people's interest. I have a 3-year-old son. I want to teach him more than one language. I want to teach him something that we can both benefit from. I want to teach him Hebrew. Now, you've already stated, again, you don't have anything, blah, blah, blah. What would be the top 3 things that would be on a flashcard to be able to teach someone who's young and no relative connection to what they're dealing with? Again, that's the same thing. If I went to teach my son Russian, he's got no connection to Russia, right? If there is no Hebrew place I can send him to learn. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. Well, first we begin always with the pictographs, which would mean the alphabet. Follow that up also with the sounds. Right, so he'll see the pictograph and then the sound and then a colorful, attractive image. So that's the way we present our flashcards, and they're under construction. So we're doing it. It's just not finished yet. It'll be finished in about 60 to 90 days.
No, I understand.
So,
I understand. Trust me, I'm dealing with that one-man show, and I understand what it's like to be able to work with somebody else. So, blossoming. I get it. I love it. It's great.
So the flashcards are specifically designed for children. So when the child looks at the flashcard, it's colorful. It'll get his attention. The feel of the flashcard is nice, so that when they hold it, they don't want to put it down, or at least they're curious about it, and then they'll look at it. And it'll be two-sided printing. So there's printed material on the front and then also on the back of the card. And then the images are matched up with the pictographs.
Good. I'm childish. I like this kind of thing. So let me ask you a question. So I'm a single mom, and I want to buy the cards. And the first set of cards you stated are for adults. So I'm a single mom. I'm buying the set of cards for myself. So I'm a single mom, so I don't get out much. So the only person I got to work with the cards with is my child. How much is my child going to understand working with me, say at the age of 7 years old? In your opinion?
With the adult flashcard product or with the children's flashcard product?
With the adult.
Oh, but at 7 7 years old, they'll understand the pictographs and the sounds. They can understand the pictographs and the sounds.
So from the adult set,
we use photos. We don't use cartoons. On the children's flashcard, we use cartoons.
Ah. All right. Well, I don't want to. Okay. So now I'm feeling inspired. So now I feel like I asked too many questions. So I understand what you're trying to do for everybody. So I will always try to push forward whatever you got your hands on, because you don't really seem to go for wickedness. So I like what you're doing. I like that you're establishing more people with it's wonderful that you have a website up, because right now this is how everybody communicates with each other, because everybody's so far away. And again, teach a man to fish, to be able to teach people English online, and then to be able to turn around and teach other people, obviously, that are not quote unquote Americans, because Americans already know English. It's so.
Yeah, and also on the product that we have, the social community that's like Facebook, we're going to post information on that. So everybody should go on and get on our social community. I don't even know what to call it. Like a Facebook type of. I'm not a tech guy. A Facebook type of thing. I don't know what to call it.
App.
Yeah, like a Facebook-like app that's on our website. So if you go there, when the website launches, we're going to post special information that's only going to go on there. And also, it'll be a great place for people to go and practice. You can talk and you can post in our language. And you'll be posting and talking with other brothers and sisters who are learning. And that'll make the learning process happen faster. So, we'll be speaking a whole lot faster.
Right.
If we're on our platform practicing. Right. It doesn't cost you anything. The social platform, the Facebook-like app is free. So it won't cost you anything. And you can go there and you can practice. You can talk to people who you don't even know, have a conversation and just practice.
Well, that's very exciting, man. That's very exciting, because there's nothing like knowing there's a contemporary out there, somebody that matches your mental process, especially somebody that you can go back and forth with, because there's nothing like a tennis match, in any form. This is what debating is, especially a good debate, something that goes back and forth. When you're able to talk in more than just, hey, where's the restroom, in a language, I mean, again, that is what is going to get our people far away from this cage mentality of colonialism.
Yeah, and the English language is just pure wicked. And when we use English, we are enacting or activating those spells that are in the English language. But we may not be consciously aware of the wickedness or the wicked etymology of the English word, but subconsciously it has an effect on it. And we need to, in my opinion, to get away from English and go back to our original language, which is the Ibaryath, or the Hebrew language.
Yeah, this language, it's a wave. It's an ever so changing wave of legalese. Truthfully, I mean, as it started with these decrees in the 1600s, even till now, words just truly don't mean what they say. Whether you see it in books or whether you see it in the real world on the streets, it's going to be hard to understand people very soon, because soon trust won't mean what it truly means.
Yeah, and it's gonna be real nice, man. You know, when we're talking, we'll be out talking, and people gonna be wondering what we're talking about because they don't understand Phoenician Hebrew.
Well, it's true. The same thing when two people that say they're Chinese but they're really Mongolians sit there and have a conversation in front of you, and you have no idea what they're talking about.
So it's gonna be nice, man. I really can't wait. I can't wait. You know, it's so exciting.
Well,
But things are happening for us now as a nation.
as always, all I can do is, as always, all I can do is give you advice. I will say,
and I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And your advice is always good.
I will just say be careful, because you just had this class, you had a problem that occurred in the class, and these videos draw attention for your cause, our cause. This is a cause for all of our people, because again, we don't have a nation, and we don't have a capital, we don't have a library, we don't have all these things. So for someone that started, any start is better than depending on these people.
That's right.
You know, so you know, and you know, you had people that looked like you, and they came and attacked because of whatever amount of publicity that is brought through these videos. You've had that class for however long, and then once we started broadcasting these videos, it became a a a, a goal for some hidden group of people to send men to infiltrate you and stop what you're doing for black people, melanated people, Israelites, especially the Israelites of the black and melanated people. So
yeah, I didn't hear that last thing you said. It went out.
What was the last thing you heard?
The last thing I heard was that people infiltrated.
Right. Yeah. The infiltration that occurred because of what you were doing for our people. Period. Again, if you sit here and say I made a book, with this book you can go in the museums and read what's in the museums with nobody's help. Nobody had a problem with your book until that was spoken out loud.
That's right.
People understood that, and whether we've talked about it or whether, I know we haven't talked about it publicly yet, but that shows how powerful your book is. Your flimsy little paperback, purple, goofy book is a powerful freaking tool.
That's right. It's really a blessing, man.
Yeah, it looks like a spork. It looks like a spork, but it's a Swiss Army knife. I'm sorry. I'm not dogging your stuff. It is, hey, I make headbands. Nobody tries to shut me down.
Yeah.
You made a book that
you made a
book that turned your life upside down.
It sure did. People wouldn't believe the things that happened to me as a result of this book and these classes. They wouldn't believe it.
Oh yeah, unwarranted charges from you know Hoogle. All kinds of stuff. So I salute you. I truly do. You know, I run a one-man show where I try to get back to everybody, especially what they've asked for directly, and I F up a lot. I send stuff back late. There's some parts of this story for me, I fail. This is great, man. This is great, El Yusuf, because this is blossoming. You took,
I appreciate that. And
bro. You had a class.
I want to say thank you because in my journey, you advised me a lot on a lot of issues. I never spoke about it before, but a lot of what has happened as far as with this book and getting it off the ground, me learning a lot of what I know, you were very helpful to me in all of that. And I just want to say thank you. And to say thank you publicly for the information you gave me, a lot of what you taught me, and for also letting me speak to your audience. So for those of you who may not have known that, Lex is a good brother. He's brilliant. He's an outstanding teacher. He's helped me. You even helped me as far as way back when I was planning the design of the book, if I remember correctly. I was talking and consulting a long time ago. I don't know if you remember that, but yeah, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for it.
Well, first off, I couldn't do it without the Most High. Secondly, I didn't put my hands on anything, so I can't take credit for anything. I can only take credit when I lift the hammer. I cannot take credit for what my voice does for anybody's thoughts. Secondly, you did what you do because whatever you and Most High is going on. Look, I'm not trying to do anything. I accept what you said. I just got to say these things because everybody always does it to me. I'm on my way home. This woman, Miss, I can't remember. She had a Cash App, and Cash App was working for me for a minute, and she sent me 2 sets of $30 when we were on our way home from the Passover. I wish I knew her name right now. We probably would not have made it home if it was not for her. When we got home, Mark had sent some of the money I sent him, but on the way I needed what she gave to my family. I have no way of mental telepathy to say, "Hey, lady, help me out right now." I can't. She knew to send it. The first that she sent wasn't enough. She sent more. And man, I cannot express enough. I have no control over this stuff. I said to her through a text, "Thank you." She says, "You can't thank me." That's what she replied to me. I'm driving across the country. Knowing I can't get home if she didn't send this. And she says, you cannot thank me. What does your thank mean when the Most High has done this? That's what she said. So, dude, I can't accept. Yeah, I mean, I accept what you said, but I just got to express these things. I didn't feel it was rude when she said, "Hey, I mean, your thanks, she didn't say it that way, but she's, it's meaningless if you thank me. This is, between me and the Most High. I can't wash the Most High's feet right now. I can't, if he let me, I can't rub his back. But I can help the next guy, and I can wash your feet, and no homo, rub somebody's back, But these are the things that we need for each other, because getting involved with these things, then I know this person exists that I didn't know before. I remember your name. You were typing on what's that thing called? It was the Zion Law School website, and your name was right. So I mean, you know,
Mm-hmm.
everybody says I want something different, but they do the same stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right.
So
Yeah.
this is how things change. Somebody takes a shot. Somebody makes an attempt. Somebody starts to grow. Somebody gets momentum. You know, and that is what happens, man. That book, that whatever happened, you have decided to keep the book. That book gained momentum and it became a target.
Mm-hmm.
You're the legal occupant of the book, so you became the target.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll tell you what, man. You've got something, and it's not like it's a Revelation 9 trinket. You are rich. To everybody else, it's no offense, it's worthless. But to us, it's
Mm-hmm.
priceless, and they will do anything to keep it out of our hands. You know, again, we've never talked about this publicly. They sent 2 different Freemasons in one season from 2 different states while I was in Yusuf's class.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right.
The man was so caught up with what was going on and what was being discussed, he openly said something in the nature, I had to do this when I bowed for the Freemasons.
That's right.
This is how powerful the purple book is. The royal book.
And all of that information, a great deal of it is on the Ibaryath card, that flashcard product. You know, it's a 3x5 card. So you can put it in your pocket.
People,
it's powerful.
Everybody, you got to understand. I've taken Yusuf's class. There is the time spent, I would assume, in each class as each symbol is being discussed, defined. There, as a teacher, you've got to see that there has to be a refined way of teaching everyone fairly quickly. So the idea of taking one of the pages and making it into a flashcard, that is what you did, right?
That's correct.
Brilliant!
That's right.
Brilliant! Brilliant. That's why. That's
Oh, and can I tell them where they can get it?
absolutely.
Okay, so you can get the 911 Ibaryath Rescue Ancient Phoenician Paleo Hebrew book, the purple one that Lex is talking about, on wegotnext.com. WEGOTNEX.com. Wegotnext.com. WEGOTNEX.com. You can also pre-order the flashcard, the Ibaryath flashcards, children's flash. You can pre-order all of that on the same website. When our new website goes live, zionlawschool.org, you'll be able to get those products there also. So we're transitioning from We Got Next to Zion's Law School. So once we go live, if you still want those products, just go get it at zionlawschool.org. That'll be in July. So we don't have an exact go-live date just yet, but I've been told that it's going to be the first or second week of July. So hopefully that's a firm date. But until then, so if you want to order it now, you can get it from wegotnext.com. And Lex, should we do some type of promotion or something? Or
that is all up to you. I mean, I have no idea. Like, I think you should think about that maybe closer to the time of your website launch or after that. That way, more visibility for people to, you know, because that becomes a home base for you. You know, unfortunately, I don't have a website. My home base for people is YouTube. YouTube kicks me off, and then you know I'm quote unquote, you know, digitally homeless type shit, things. You know, I don't use Facebook because you know it swallows so much time, man. In my opinion,
yeah.
you know, so
Okay.
I would think about that closer to your launch. You know, I have no idea what you know, you said you ended up getting a good logo, and that's half the battle, right? So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you know, if it's something somebody likes, you know, then they want it to, you know, show everybody else, or they want to, you know, have it close to them, and other people see it, and then it spreads word of mouth as well.
Okay. Well, one of the logos that you'll get, well, not logos, we're doing a promotion on our social media.
Oh, you are?
Where if you pre-order, you get a free noun. This is one, not all. You can either take one of the free English classes, like nouns or adjectives, verbs, prepositions, so on and so forth. This is on our social media. I'll find out what those free English classes are. It's one out of a group. And if people pre-order, then they'll also qualify. They'll be able to take the free English class if they pre-order. So, but you have to pre-order on wegotnext.com, and then you'll get that free. Let's say if you want nouns, you don't remember nouns, or if you don't remember pronouns. So you can get one of those, or adjectives, or prepositional phrases, so on and so forth. But I'll put it on the website.
Now wait. The English class you're talking about is the TEFL class?
No, not that one. That's separate. That's separate.
Oh, my bad.
We're having English classes to try to improve our scholars' reading comprehension skills. So that's separate from the Teach English as a Foreign Language class. But we may as well, the reasoning is when people take the English class, they may find out that they're really good in English, and then they want to make a career out of it. So for those people, they can go into our Teach English as a Foreign Language certificate program.
No, that's great. No, I just listened to I try to follow very few people. So I just kind of peek in. I just listen to somebody I peek in on, and that man was stating that he wants to be able to oh, having a brain fart, but he wanted to be able to describe things better. And the phrase he used for linguistically, it escapes me right now. But he wanted to be more fluent and at a higher level of speaking now that he has started studying all these different laws. You know, basically, you know, he was saying, you know, in legalese, he doesn't want to sound like a dumbass with what he knows now. You know, and I can go ahead.
Yeah, no, so this is the harsh reality, and this is a hard topic for a lot of us to talk about. But you know, we got to face the truth. When you look at the dropout rate amongst our people,
Yeah.
it's I've seen from 47 to 50, lower 50% of people dropping out of high school. And then when you look at the average literacy level of our people, I've seen some statistics that said 4th to 6th grade. I've seen others that say 7th to 8th grade reading level.
That's
when
right.
you look at that, and then you look at the dropout rate, we have to accept and face the fact that reading comprehension is very low amongst our people. So what we need to do is provide classes so that they can build their reading comprehension. Because the scriptures, those books, it's not 3rd and 4th grade and 8th grade reading. It's very complex reading.
Right.
And I've had scholars tell me, you know, they said I can read a verse, a chapter, or a whole book, and I don't have a clue about what I just read, but I'm able to read it. So in other words, they can pronounce the words, but they don't understand how those words form a sentence and add meaning, and then how the meaning of that sentence.
They don't understand the mathematics of the language based on
more meaning and the meaning of the paragraph. So that's what we're trying to improve by offering these English classes. We want to improve the reading comprehension of our people so that when they go read the scripture, they actually understand what they're reading. And I realized, Lex, through teaching the classes, I used to be a GED teacher way back in the day. I used to teach. But what I realized is that a lot of our people are not studying, not because they're not interested, not because they're lazy, but they just don't have the comprehension skills. So that makes them susceptible to people who might mislead them through various doctrines. So that's something that I realized through teaching this course.
Well,
and that's not to insult or embarrass anyone, but you know that's the reality.
You know, I have a different approach to all this. You know, I feel you have to insult people, because it is the competitive edge that has pushed us to these points. And what I mean by this, it is when you get into a conversation with a fast talker, the fast talker will ask you, "You following me?" If you say yeah, then he's got you. And you know that you went to high school and you got trained by everybody else to keep up with the pack, or you're left behind and you're just an idiot.
Yeah.
So when you deal with the con man, it's easy for him to con you if he talks fast, and at the end of everything he says, "You follow what I'm saying? You got it?" And everybody that's of our kind is going to be like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah." This is why you pull the most obscure information and you tell it to a melanated person, you tell it to a black man, and he'll sit there and say, "Yeah, I knew that." Get the f*** out of here. You didn't know that. Nobody knew that till it was released 2 days ago. But you just said, "I knew that." That's the problem with our people. Because if you sit there and say, "I don't know shit," you're afraid of the shame that's going to come on you when everybody says, "Hey, you don't know shit, you're an idiot." That is the nutshell. The dog chasing the dog's tail, biting the tail, not feeling, "Hey, oh shit, that hurts." Because when we go out there and we do something when we didn't listen to the fast talk or read the fine print, then who's left to blame? Not the con man. It's always the Negro holding the bag.
Yep.
You see, there's a video right now. They show all the black families that were scammed, right? And they just sit there in the video. When you highlight the caption, it moves the people around real quick, like they're laughing the whole time. It's very unique. It's very unique. I haven't even watched the video yet. I just can't believe when I highlight the caption, it looks like they're just laughing and having jolly good time because they're laughing about how black people got scammed in the home crisis. I can't remember the title of the scam right now. The mortgage lending fraud.
Oh, they didn't read their contracts.
Of course not, because we're taught to glance it over as if we are reading it. That means we're taught to pretend that we can read. You have the ability to read, you're not going to read. Why? Because I'm lazy. I've been there too. How many times do you open a package, pull out the food in the package, throw it into the oven, throw the package away, and go back into the trash to find out how long you have to put it on for? How many times have you built some dresser system, some drawer system, and halfway through, you go to get the instructions for the first time?
You sound like you got some experience with that, Lex.
Man, I'm telling you because it happened. I always do that stuff, man. I'm telling everybody this because I'm not sitting there saying every nigga does that. I'm saying I do it too. Clearly, there are people that look like us that don't do this. The curse of laziness isn't bothering those people. It's bothering, not talking to you directly, it's bothering these people that are in the same boat as I am. We're at the Passover, we're popping up tents, halfway through, hey, what do I do now? And I'm just like, the first thing I said is, look, I've never read a freaking manual. This is the moment I need to read a manual. I'm 2,000 miles from home. Give me your 10 instructions. That's the only way I can help you. So, there is a fucking shame of, there's a shame of ignorance. I don't want to be caught looking like the dumbass that don't know what the word foresight or forcept means. Because Jeremy and Douglas, his parents bought him encyclopedia sets, right? Because of what? Because of the what? The wealth gap.
That's right.
So these are the things that don't want to be talked about on either side. Because our ignorance is their blessing. Well, they're not going to read the instructions anyway. Why would you have them in such a highly skilled job? Hire me. So they're not going to sit there and say, hey, I'm not hiring you because you're black. They're going to say, I'm not hiring you because you were brought up in this school system that didn't give a shit if you can read or not, and too much depends on you reading the instructions before this product goes out into the market.
That's a heck of a point. And that's how they get us, and then they'll say it's not discrimination, and then they're struck at it.
Of course. And then what? All those young men that don't, no money, no women. So you go, what? You don't have, look, everybody knows you need something to start something. You can't pull your bootstraps up if you ain't got no boots. Right? So everybody steals. Then you go to jail. Then that takes all the men off the street, so there's no new families created, so half of the homes get torn down. That opens up for what in your area code? Factories. And what do? They come, let me produce in the city, and these poor people will deal with the toxic fumes. They'll deal with the toxic water. They'll deal with my toxic product. But we got jobs at home now.
Mm-hmm. While our brothers are in prison working for, what, 25 cents a day for the private contract?
Hey.
You know, the private prisons with those corporate contracts, they pay our brothers 25, I forgot how much per day, but it's slave labor.
Hey man, because see, this is the whole thing. Everybody knows how to get a job. Everybody knows how to put on the fake accent. Hi, how are you today? Great. Everybody knows how to, hey man, put the nigga talk aside. Everybody knows how to do that. If you don't want to do that, you don't want to fucking eat. I can't get mad at somebody because you said you got to steal to survive. Hey man, hey man, I get it. When somebody talks to me in a certain tone, that's where I draw my line. If you drew your line at, I'm not going to change the way I talk to suit somebody, hey man, I get it. But don't get fucking mad at me if I don't answer those letters because I'm out here and I'm busy. Because that's not fair. I got the same struggle and I didn't need a crowbar or nothing else so far. So I guess if I'm saying anything, this has to do, in my opinion, my perspective, it has to do with self-value.
Yeah.
To be able to broadcast and to hold people's attention, I didn't make shit up. I didn't fascinate things. I just told the truth. And if I didn't know it, I went and found it and read it. And if I didn't know what I was reading, I got the dictionary or the etymology, the book of etymology. And I can only say I did this because I watched other people in the same condition do it.
That's right.
I don't care if they watched this person or that person or this ethnicity and that ethnicity and they said do it. I've seen that. I was taught how to study. I was taught how to look something up. But it's really funny that the actions I do now, it really only mimics my peers. The people that look like me, talk like me, in the same condition as me. You know. Again, I always state it's funny if you knew, not you. I don't know of any relationship with you. I always state it's funny if people knew the broadcasters that are in the same type of relationship that I'm in. It's like it's real funny, man. Real funny.
Yeah, I think when we're working for the Most High, the hardships kind of come up. They come at us. There's always a challenge that's going to come at us. I know what you're talking about. I feel you. I feel you. And it's probably the same for most of us. I don't know.
Well, people are eventually going to understand the way out of this. If they set up these laws in the past to keep us separate, if they bomb these cities because we put our money together, then we have to unite and we have to put our money together, and then that starts to open up the path and the doors and the windows. And this is what they stomped out in the past. So anybody can say anything they want. If they're ready to deal with the ass kickings and deal with the murders, then we can move further. That's as straightforward as I can be.
That's right.
You know, Rosewood didn't end in. I mean, I'm sorry, Rosewood ended in fucking flowers, funerals. That is, all right. Greenwood ended. Toluca, Oklahoma ended with flowers, funerals. If people understand what I'm saying. So, you know, when you deal with a violent weed, you're not going to get rid of him without pulling him out. So if you're not willing to pull yourself out of the garden, then you know you're pretty much going to get overtaken by the weeds that have grown it. So with that being said, I think this is interesting, especially that it's going online, so that makes it more accessible worldwide. It gives, like you stated earlier, some people have the intentions on leaving. I have those intentions. I don't want to sit here in war with anybody. I was given a life. I want to live it. I don't want to sit here and think about men that might kill me, and I don't want to sit there and dream dreams of men that I kill. So I'm gonna go forward, and going forward again leads to blossoming. And I see, like I stated before, with this new branches that have extended from the bush that you already have, the flowers have budded and they're blossoming. It's wonderful, you know.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, and all of our classes are live and online. We'll follow it up with some video classes. But yeah, it's really blossoming now, really coming together. So, man, all praises to the Most High, Lex, and
All
I
praise high.
appreciate so much for allowing me to come on and speak with you.
No, man. It's our people, man. I tell you, as long as people don't try any wicked stuff, man, you know, I try to have an opening for everybody. I just really haven't discussed it publicly. And truthfully, you know, I don't mean to cut you off. You know, you said so many things are just to me exciting. You gotta understand, I'm in my basement all the time. Even to have this phone conversation, audience, I had to come out of the basement because it's on the phone and I don't get any reception down there. So I'm really excited for everything that you have going on over here. I mean, even so that I want to get my family involved. So what I want you to do, when I still have you on the line, is this works by word of mouth. So again, we stop. This goes up online. You get a notification. I want you to come, leave a link to whatever you can leave a link to. So the people that are interested have a chance to connect with you. People rarely watch a video twice. You know, so the people that want this, they're gonna watch it twice. The people that are like, the ones that might do it and go further anyway, you know, you want to have a link up there for them to be able to jump on this, because that's just the way they're wired. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm having a pistachio attack tonight. I've had my enjoyment of pistachios and they're just killing me.
Yeah, I'm going to put a link up there. As soon as you post it, I'll put the link to We Got Next, WBGOTNEX.com. I'll also put the link to Zion'sLawSchool.org. But everybody remember that our expected launch date is the first or second week of July. July 2019. That's the expected launch. Zion Law School.com. I'm sorry, .org. ZionLawSchool.org.
ZionLawSchool.org.
Yeah.
July 2nd week, 14th, something like that. Ish.
Yeah. But until then, you can go order 911 Ibaryath Rescue or WeGotNext.com, and you can also pre-order the Iber cards, which is the flashcards. You can pre-order the dictionary, all the books, the children's flashcards. I'm going to put that information up on We Got Next tonight so that they can pre-order.
Awesome. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. Anything you want to say?
All praises to the Most High, and I hope to see everybody in our classes. And watch out for the promotions that we're going to do for our pre-orders. And thanks again, Lex. You've been a blessing to me, and I really appreciate it.
All praise high. All right. Thanks, everybody.